Welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm here to share in this video. Right now, we have a season full of people who are receiving letters, 5071C or 6331C, which is asking you to identify yourself online or by phone. And if you can't do that, you're going to have to go to your local office, which can take months to get an appointment to go do that. So hopefully you can successfully identify yourself by phone or by online methods. By having your current year tax return and your prior year tax return and all supporting documents in front of you, because they're going to ask you specific questions that's going to allow them to make sure that's you, so they can verify yourself, so they can continue to process your tax return. So if you got a refund coming, it's on hold right now. If you already uh, not having gotten a refund because you've gotten a letter instead, and so that's the process that you're going to have to go through. And so for the people who already got a refund, but now they want you to identify yourself, the catch 22 to that is, if you don't identify yourself, they're going to ask for that refund money back. So you want to make sure that you identify yourself, regardless if you got a refund up front or got it on the back end. You do want to make sure you do that. So if you haven't got a refund up front, you must identify yourself in order to get it. And if you got a refund up front, but now they send you a letter, ask for additional information, ask you to verify yourself, you definitely want to go through that, because if not, they will be asking for that money back, and you don't want to have to pay back money that you had rightfully coming, because you didn't identify yourself. And due to identity theft being an epidemic right now, that's one of the reasons different people are getting these letters asking to identify themselves. So if anything changes, like an address, telephone number, dependents, certain factors on the tax return, is a reason why the system will flag uh, random tax returns asking to identify themselves, just to make sure as a fail safe that you have filed your own tax return and not someone else. And so, like I said in a prior video, I think I've already done or will do one where you can voluntarily apply for identity theft PIN on your own without being affected by identity theft in order to get one. So going forward, you can protect yourself from the risk of being uh, affected by identity theft as far as electronically. Now, the only downside to not having having an identity theft PIN number but don't have access to it is you have to mail your tax return in, which takes so much longer. And if you had an identity theft PIN connected to your file, but you had to mail it in, then it more likely they'll send you a letter out asking you, did you mail in a tax return, because you didn't have your identity theft PIN available to file electronically before they process it. Because if they don't do that, then the point of having an identity theft PIN means nothing if I can simply just file a tax return on your behalf fraudulently through mail. And so that has to be one of the fail safes. Is to stand still people letters asking them the reason why they mailed in a tax return versus filing electronically, especially if you had an identity theft PIN that should have been on the tax return. And so if you got a letter asking you to verify yourself, please do that as soon as possible. So if you got a possible refund coming, they can process that and make sure they get it to you as soon as possible. Even though the letters say 9 weeks, a lot of times it doesn't. But just as a fail safe for them to protect themselves, they have to give you a time frame, and they feel comfortable to let you know 9 weeks would be the time is it take to get your refund out to you. But in a lot of cases, they get it much quicker. But don't quote me on that. But just in our experiences with our own clients, they've all gotten their refunds much quicker than 9 weeks after identifying themselves. And I'll see you in my next video.